त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान्
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
महामृत्युंजय मंत्र महामंत्र है। इसके द्वारा हम भगवान शिव की आराधना करते हैं। इसे संजीवनी मंत्र भी कहते हैं। ये अत्यंत प्रभावशाली मंत्र है। इसके उच्चारण से उत्पन्न हुई ध्वनि के कंपन से शरीर के चारों ओर दैविक शक्तियों का सुरक्षा कवच निर्मित होता है। इस मंत्र के नियमित श्रवण व उच्चारण मात्र से अमंगल, दुर्घटना, दुर्भाग्य व विपत्तियां मानव मात्र से कोसों दूर रहती हैं। ये जीवन में सुख, शांति व समृद्धि लाता है। हम त्रिनेत्रधारी भगवान शिव की आराधना करते हैं, जो सुगंधि के कोश हैं, जो सभी का पोषण कर वृद्धि प्रदान करते हैं। भगवान शिव से हमारी प्रार्थना है कि वो हमें अमृत्यु के लिए मृत्यु या मर्त्यलोक से मुक्त करें। जैसे कि परिपक्व ककड़ी बिना कष्ट अपनी बेल से अलग हो जाती है, ठीक वैसे ही भगवान हमें मृत्यु और पुनर्जन्म के चक्र से मुक्ति दिलाकर मोक्ष की ओर ले जाएं। ये महामंत्र मोक्ष प्राप्ति का अत्यंत प्रभावशाली साधन है।
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिः वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता। त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिः वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिः
वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिः वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव
पुष्टियमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिः वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
महामृत्युंजय मंत्र महामंत्र है। इसके द्वारा हम भगवान शिव की आराधना करते हैं। इसे संजीवनी मंत्र भी कहते हैं। ये अत्यंत प्रभावशाली मंत्र है। इसके उच्चारण से उत्पन्न हुई ध्वनि के कंपन से शरीर के चारों ओर दैविक शक्तियों का सुरक्षा कवच निर्मित होता है। इस मंत्र के नियमित श्रवण व उच्चारण मात्र से अमंगल, दुर्घटना, दुर्भाग्य व विपत्तियां मानव मात्र से कोसों दूर रहती हैं। ये जीवन में सुख, शांति व समृद्धि लाता है। हम त्रिनेत्रधारी भगवान शिव की आराधना करते हैं, जो सुगंधि के कोश हैं, जो सभी का पोषण कर वृद्धि प्रदान करते हैं। भगवान शिव से हमारी प्रार्थना है कि वो हमें अमृत्यु के लिए मृत्यु या मर्त्यलोक से मुक्त करें। जैसे कि परिपक्व ककड़ी बिना कष्ट अपनी बेल से अलग हो जाती है, ठीक वैसे ही भगवान हमें मृत्यु और पुनर्जन्म के चक्र से मुक्ति दिलाकर मोक्ष की ओर ले जाएं। ये महामंत्र मोक्ष प्राप्ति का अत्यंत प्रभावशाली साधन है।
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिः वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिः
यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना
Okay. Hi, everyone. So most of you know my name's Supriya, and I'd like to first start off by thanking you all for joining us at the funeral services of my beloved Dadi, Mrs. Kanak Varma. We'll begin today's services with a speech by my dad, Sudhanshu Varma.
Hi, thank you everyone that is able to join us in person as well as online. This is a very tough time. 2 years back I stood here for funeral of my wife, and now my mom. So the whole family right now is going through very difficult time. I'll try to hold up myself as best as I can. Amma was born on March 2nd, 1930 into a well-known, highly learned and musically gifted Mansingh family of Fatehpur, UP, India. One of her granduncle was the founder of Prayag Sangeet Samiti, and her elder mama was the famous Urdu poet Firaq Gorakhpuri. She was born to Amar and Tara Mansingh and was the only sister to one elder and 6 younger brothers. She got her long life genes from my nani, who lived till about 97 years of age. While doing her master's in English literature at Allahabad University, Amma got married to my papa, Naresh Chandra Varma, a professor of botany, on June 25, 1951. Papa also came from a big family of 10 siblings, 5 brothers, 5 sisters, and an illustrious and highly educated family. My Baba was honored with Rai Sahab title by the British government. Amma and Papa spent majority of their life in Madhya Pradesh because Papa, being a professor in the government college, he was getting transferred to different places. So we also spent a lot of time in different places. After Papa's retirement, they stayed some time in Bhopal, some time in Fatehpur, and finally settled in Delhi. Amma and Papa had 3 sons, with me being the eldest, then Himanshu, who is here, and my youngest brother Nilanshu, who is in Delhi, and too short a time for him to get a visa and come here. Coming from 2 well-reputed and educated families, Amma and Papa always pushed the 3 of us to excel. Thanks to them, Himanshu, Nilanshu, and I, all who went on to become highly educated and accomplished men, who married our respective wives, Anita, Shalini, and Pankaj, whom most of you knew. Yeah, yes. After Papa's death in 1996, I told Amma at that time that you should come and live with us in Ottawa. And Amma's response was that once Papa is gone, does my house ends to be my house. And now I can relate to that sentiment because my kids have been telling me since Pankaj's death that you should move with one of us. And my response to them is the same, that your mother and I built this house. I can't leave this house and go anywhere. Finally, Amma decided to come to Ottawa in 2002 and was living with us for 20 plus years. She was welcomed by our close-knit family, friends, and spent majority of her time watching Indian shows, movies with Pankaj, visiting her son in Memphis, taking extended family, talking to extended family even at this age. She used to take her iPad and through FaceTime and Messenger talk to different people. She was an avid reader. She loved knitting sweaters. And you will see one of my granddaughters, Anya, wearing the sweater that Amma had made for her. She knitted sweater for all her great-grandchildren, her children. And I still have a lot of sweaters knitted by her. At the time of Sunaina, Suchita, and Supriya's wedding, Amma wrote poetries and presented them at the reception. Nearly 2 years back, after Pankaj passed away, it was only Amma and I in the house. I was dealing with my own sorrow, and Amma was quietly suffering, seeing me suffer. I have often told her कि आप बोर हो रही होंगी, थोड़ा टीवी देख लीजिए. बट हर रिस्पॉन्स वॉज ऑलवेज, नहीं, पंकज के बिना हम टीवी नहीं देखेंगे. इन लास्ट 2 years, she did not watch TV, nor did I. This is an example of very special bond Amma had developed with each of us. Amma was in decent health till about 2 years back, when she started to have some heart problems. Her heart valve was leaking. Then slowly she started to have dementia. And then the challenges started, low salt diet, restricted fluids and things like that. And she would often say कि देखो मेरे जाने का टाइम नहीं आया और पंकज चली गई. But apart from that, she never sort of talked about that her time has come, she has to go. Only in December, she had developed some bladder infection and she got into delirium. And at that time, for a couple of days, she kept on telling me, pack my suitcase, make sure you put food for 8 days, make sure you put my passport, buy my ticket. And I'll tell her, where do you have to go? And she would say, I don't know. I said, you live here, you are not going anywhere. She says, no, I have to go. Where and when, I don't know. She kept on insisting that. But by the time her delirium got resolved, she was okay. Past 3 weeks, she was admitted to Ottawa General Hospital. She had developed delirium, and there she was being treated for pneumonia and dehydration, and she also developed shingles. That was painful for her. I used to go and spend some time each day with her, but last 1 week she was becoming more and more weak and drowsy most of the time. But I would make sure that evening I'm there when her supper came, and I would feed her supper. And this time, before she really went into the hospital, 16th of February, I left her after breakfast in her room, went out for some time, came back and she was on the main floor. Of course, she knew how to operate her chairlift. And I asked her, I said, what are you doing here? And she said, कुसुम और बच्चे आए हुए हैं, बाहर टैक्सी वाले को पैसा देना है. So I knew she was again having delirium. I tried to convince her there is no one else. She would not listen. Every 15 minutes, she would come out of her room. She would call out for Kusumasi. She would tell me that they are hiding in this room, they are hiding in that room. She would go to each room and see that. And in the same process, at one time she came out of her room and she fell backwards with head hitting the floor, carpeted floor. And that is when I had to send her to the hospital for checkup. There for the first 4 days, she did not even recognize me. That was the first time ever when she did not recognize me. But slowly once she came out, there was improvement in all aspects. Her 14-day treatment for shingles was finished on Wednesday. Her pneumonia was showing improvement, and she was making good progress. As every day, last Wednesday, I went to the hospital in the evening. When her dinner came, she was drowsy. I woke her up and I said, "Amma, dinner khayengi?" And she said yes. So I fed her dinner, and after dinner, she was sitting in upright position in the bed because we used to keep her like that for about half an hour. 15 minutes later, she suddenly turned towards me, held my hand, and coughed with some fluid coming out of her mouth. So I basically took the tissue paper and I was watching, removing the fluid, and literally in my hands, she was gone. The hospital staff came, tried everything, could not revive her. And the doctor said that she basically had a cardiac arrest. In one sense, she did not suffer much. And that was a good way to leave this world. One interesting thing I wanted to mention is that whenever she would have delirium episodes, she would always talk about her childhood. She is at Fatehpur in her parents' house. She is going to school. She would talk about her cousins, her brothers, and all that. Last Sunday, when I went, she was awake. I sat near her, and she was constantly trying to look past me here and there. Typically what she used to do once she had delirium, she would see other people. So I asked her, I said, "What are you looking at?" And she said, "Tumhare papa aaye." I said, "What? Papa passed away in 1996. Do you realize that?" She said, "Yeah, par wo aaye hain." And I asked her, I said, "Did he say anything to you?" And she said, "He said, hum tumko lene aaye." This sort of gives me the belief that my children often tell me they experience Pankaj around them and they feel Pankaj is waiting for me to go and then she will go. Thank you. We are all very sad about Amma's passing. She loved her great-grandchildren. She would play with them. She was well received by our friend circle in Ottawa, and she really enjoyed her life living in Ottawa for the last 20 years, barring the last few months. Thank you.
So now we kindly ask you all to shift your attention to one of the projector screens to watch a slideshow on the journey of Dadi's life.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
Thank you. So next, can you guys hear me? Okay. So next, Dadi's great grandchildren, who call her Parnani and Pardadi, would like to share a few words.
Okay, I'll start off. Okay, dear Barnani, I knew this day would come one day or another, but I didn't think it would be this soon. I remember when I was around Suraj's age, you would play dress up with me. We would pretend we were invited to a big fancy party. I will always remember these special moments we had together. A few years ago, you started to teach me how to crochet. I only made it as far as making a bracelet. Nothing fancy. Even though it was just a bracelet, it is still a memory I have of you and me doing something special between us. As I was the first great-grandchild, I got spoiled by her the most. You would make me tons of sweaters that I still have to wear this day. You would try your best to be involved with our lives and make sure you were always happy. Whenever I would come to Ottawa, I would be so excited to come see you, Nana and Nani. Also play with you, having fun with you, and having new adventures. I would also do your hair, and we would pretend we were in a hair salon. We would tell each other stories, and you would tell me about my Barnana and life itself. I'm so glad that you're my Barnani and that I got to meet you. I hope you and Nani are always looking after us. I hope you are having a good time reuniting with your siblings, friends, and family that you have lost over the years. I like to think of this as a see you later, as you are always still watching over us, and we will meet again. Once again, I love you, Barnani. Okay, I'm going to read Anya's then. Okay, so dear Barnani, I miss you so much. I love playing ball, hide and seek, carom, cards, and making bracelets with you. You made me so many nice sweaters and taught me how to knit. I really miss you, and I am sad that you're gone. I love you, Barnani.
My sweet Barnani, I really love you. You were very special to me. I had so much fun with you. Who would play so many games with me and teach me so many new things. I really liked that Diddy, and I would play hide and seek in your room every time we come to Ottawa. I also love that you made things for my stuffy. I still have the bow tie for my stuffy in Toronto. You always slept in my room, which was really both of our rooms. Now I will miss that. You will not be sleeping in my room anymore. I will really miss you, Barnani. I love you a lot. Your sweet grandson, Suraj.
Okay, Arya actually just wants to say she loves Barnani and she will always miss her. That's actually from Arya and Siona.
We will now have some speeches by Dadi's grandchildren. So we'll start off with speeches by our cousins in India, Nilakshi and Shivangi. My sister Sanana will read their speeches for you.
This speech is from Nilakshi, which is Dadi's second youngest granddaughter. She says, "How do I say goodbye? What memories do I recount? What emotions do I talk about when there are just so many that keep running endless? I've had the fortune of receiving so much of your love and attention, from bedtime stories you narrate as I've slept cuddled next to you, to the dollhouse that you designed for me, to the atta laddus that you'd make. I remember us watching cricket together, VVS Lakshman scoring a double century, and as I write, more and more memories keep pouring in. Everything that you've ever knit for us is still kept safely and carefully. This time when I was leaving for UK, Mom took out a beautiful purple sweater from the stock of sweaters that you knit for us, all of which were kept carefully in an almari. Maybe you can still wear it as a crop sweater, Mom said, as she just packed it in my bag. I will always regret how close I was to visiting you and how my visa never came on time. The thought of an afterlife is a good one, for that means one day we'll meet again. I'll come from school and next sit to you. You'll ask me to change my uniform, and I will always obviously ignore you. Then we will watch some good old afternoon TV in Delhi's summer heat and eat atta biscuits. Your granddaughter, Nilakshi. This is from Shivangi, who's actually Dadi's youngest granddaughter. Mama tells me that as a kid, my daily routine included waking up and running to Dadi's room. And that's where my daily routine ended. I spent the whole day playing with her until the night came and I needed Mama to sleep. When we visited Canada, I urged to stay in Dadi's room, and a small space in her wardrobe was especially allotted to my clothes. I remember her presence throughout my early childhood. I remember sitting in her lap and crying, the reason for which I cannot recall. I was covered with her sari kapalu. I remember her knitting her big sewing machine. I remember the process of the tangled wool taking shapes of beautiful knits. I remember she knit a poncho with a beanie, and my beanie had a braid. The best part, I got to pick the wool. The room she stayed in, even after she moved to Canada, was referred to as Dadi Ka Kamra, and for the longest time, her saris and bags took the hangers, and my clothes took the top and bottom shelf. Her collection of wool, laces, and knitting sticks sat in the wardrobe. I remember her visits to Delhi, her warm hugs and Uno. Countries apart, her Facebook birthday wishes and telephone calls made my day. Dear Dadi, time spent with you was immoral, and you continue to live in our hearts. With love, Shivangi. So those are her speeches from her granddaughters in India. So now this is my speech. Dear Dadi, I don't know where to start. You have been part of my life for 43 years now, and 20 years of those were years you lived in Ottawa with us. I still remember clearly when you moved in with us. It was a huge change because we were a nuclear family, and then you came to live with us. First, I thought it would be very hard to make this adjustment, but as time went by, it became easier. We would get to spend so much time with you. You would tell us stories of your childhood, of our childhood, Dad and Chacha's childhoods, and of course, Baba and your life. It was always so interesting to hear all of the life experiences that you had. You always knew what was going on around you, as you were well informed. I also clearly remember when we used to visit India, how you would take care of us and tell us all the different stories while we would sleep with you and Baba. Those were the good old times in India. Here we learned so much from you. You did ever so hard to try to teach me how to knit and crochet, but I never got the handle of it. I still am working on that scarf I started 8 years ago from that one lesson you taught me. I honestly don't think I will ever finish that scarf now with you gone. However, I am so happy that I have so many knitted items for Suhana and Suraj, and we will always keep those in your memory. The kids will also truly miss you as you were a great Barnani to them. You have spent so much time with them, playing games, telling them stories, learning new stuff from them, teaching them new things, and many more. I have to say you were a great grandmother to all the children, and they have lots of memories that they will cherish. I know for me, I will always cherish those pictures that you have with the kids and Sneal and I. I am so happy that you got to meet both of my kids and spend time with Sneal and me whenever we visited Ottawa or whenever you visited us. Those memories will never be forgotten. The hardest part is now that you are also gone. First it was Mom and now you. The last 2 years have been very difficult for our family. I know it is very hard for you too, as you always missed Mom. Whenever we would spend time in Ottawa, you would tell me this is in secret and felt her absence, but wanted to stay strong for Dad. It will be a very hard transition now for us all, especially Dad. However, I know you are in a good place and are probably happy because you are with people like Varma Dadi and Lakshmi Dadi, because since their passing in the recent years, you really miss talking to them every day. Most of all, now after 25 years, you're reunited with Baba. I believe Baba in the last week was with you. That is why you kept calling him out. He was guiding you and holding you through these difficult times of your suffering. Now you can rest in peace with him and move on to your next beautiful journey. We will truly miss you very much. Now you are in heaven with Mom too. We believe that Mom is our guardian angel, and now that you are our second guardian angel. I hope you have a peaceful journey to your next life, and I hope to meet you both one day. You will be greatly missed by everyone around you. You lived a good, long life. We love you, Dadi, and you will never be forgotten. Lots of love from Sunana. Next, it'll be Suchita that will do her speech.
Dadi, we are very saddened by your passing, and we already miss you dearly. But today we want to remember all the inspirations you gave us, the things we loved about you, and the beautiful life you had. I have been lucky enough to live with you for over a decade before getting married and moving away. Our rooms were across from each other, and whenever I peeked into your bedroom, you were always immersed in either reading a book, writing or listening to poetry, working on your laptop and iPad, or knitting something for one of us in the family. We will continue to feel your love and warmth from the various knitted items you so lovingly made for all of us. My kids, Aman and I, still to date wear the sweaters, scarves, and hats you made for us. Your desire to learn new things and relentless pursuit of knowledge will be a lifelong inspiration for us. You always found ways to keep your mind sharp no matter how old or weak you got. Even when we visited you in December during the holidays, you managed to stay mentally sharp by playing carom board with us, without us having to remind you of the rules on how to play even once, and you somehow managed to beat us too. I am happy that Aman and my kids have also had the opportunity to experience your love and warmth. Aman and I will miss talking with you, learning more about our family heritage and religion from you, and showing you how to fix issues with your laptop and iPad. Arya and Sienna will miss laughing and playing with you. One of their favorite things to do when they visited Nana's house was to go and play hide and seek with Barnani in her bedroom and get candy canes from her stash. During our last trip to Ottawa a couple of weeks back, we came to visit you at the hospital. Your delirium was prominent and you were not able to speak to us, but instead you were reciting poetry. You saw us with a certain level of recognition, and upon seeing Arya and Siona, your face brightened up, and you started reciting poetry about children, and you also tried to play with them. I'm so glad that we had a chance to feed you your lunch and share some nice loving moments with you that day, not realizing that those would be our last moments with you. Even with fragile health, sorry. Even with fragile health and prominent delirium, you asked us to take care of the little ones, as that was your way of giving you their blessings. The last 2 years have been a difficult transition for the whole family, as we have been learning how to live a life without Mom. The meaning of coming home for us has taken another meaning. We are now once again faced with dealing with the loss of another loved one, but we will continue to be strong as a family, as we know that Dadi has now joined Mom, Baba, Nana, Nani, and our other loved ones to protect and bless us from up above. Rest in peace, Dadi. I will always be proud to be a granddaughter to a loving, forward-thinking, intelligent, well-versed, and inspirational Dadi like yourself. And now Supriya will say some words.
So, Dadi, our lives changed so much when you came to live with us back in 2002. Although it was an adjustment at first, I can now say that I am really happy that you lived at the house with us. For more than half my life, you were a constant, not only for me, but also in the lives of my husband Krishna and my daughter Anya. When Mom passed away, you became a major support for me. Back in December, you sat me down and had a serious conversation with me. You told me that you lived a long and happy life and that death was inevitable. You tried to convince me not to be sad when it happens and not let it affect my mental health. I remember getting mad at you, saying, "Dadi, you're not going anywhere. Why are you talking like that?" You told me, "I'm just trying to prepare you because I am ready to go and I don't want you to have a hard time." Until that moment, I didn't realize how close we had become and how much I actually needed you in my life. I'm really sad that you are gone, but I am thankful that you passed peacefully with Dad by your side. I will always cherish all the memories we have together and thank God for allowing Anya, Krishna, and I to spend so much time with you. We are all grieving your loss and miss you dearly. I love you. Next, I'll have Himanshu Chacha come up and speak on behalf of his two children, Divya and Dev, followed by speeches by his younger brother, Nilanshu, and himself.
This is from Divya, Amma's eldest granddaughter. You want me to hold it? Yeah. Dadi was a wonderful woman. I remember when she visited us around Dev's first birthday. That was the first time I can remember having her keema, and it was one of the best things I had eaten. On her subsequent visits, she tried to teach me how to cook, but I was not a good cooking student. She also tried to teach me to crochet, but I could never get the hang of it. But Dadi had the patience and heart to continue to try with me. I will always cherish the book on Ved she gave and the talks we had about meditation and religion. I take comfort in knowing that she is at peace and in a better place. I love you, Dadi, and will miss you. This is from Dev. Dear Dadi, I will always cherish you. I will always cherish the time we spent together talking about literature and poetry. I vividly remember the time you stayed with us when I was in college, and thereafter I was an awful poet, writing awful poetry, and I knew it. I was hard on myself, and I thought often of putting my dreams on the literary life up on the shelf. I had very few people in my life who shared this passion of mine. very few except you. Whenever you came to visit, I had someone listen to my poems, no matter how awful they were. I had someone to talk about literature with. Because of you, Dadi, the literary flame never died in me. And now, every time I read stories to your great-grandson Theo, I will think fondly of our time together. Two readers sharing their love of literature across generations. Love, Dadi. Love, Dev. This is from my younger brother, Nilanshu, or Pappu. Amma, how can I possibly put in words how much you mean to me and how much I love you? As children, we were handful. I have fond memories of childhood, of the food you cooked for us and the love you showered on us and on Shalini, Nilakshi and Shivangi. Hopefully, I will see you again one day and talk to you, because right now, words fail me as I try to express my feelings of deep love and gratitude for you. So I shall try no further. Lots of love, Pappu. Just a few, how can I summarize my wonderful life with Amma? But I've just tried to pick out a couple of things. I'm so grateful to God for blessing me with such a wonderful mother. Amma was kind and loving and instilled in me the drive to excel from a very early age. She taught me how to work hard to achieve success. When I was about 5 or 6 years old and entered the English medium school, she used to wake up with me every morning around 5 a.m. to help me with my English. And later on, she helped me with all the other subjects so I could stay at the top of my class. I was very mischievous. Her hard love kept me away from so much troubles and steered me in the right direction. Amma had the unique ability to adapt and love the conditions she was placed in. She loved Ottawa and Dada and Bhabhi's nice circle of friends. She loved all her grandchildren and their spouses. And she had a special place for Nilakshi and Shivangi. But the one she adored the most were her great-grandchildren. She would always call me when Suhana, Suraj, Anya, Arya and Siona came to Ottawa and tell me that they are all playing hide and seek in her room, and she used to get so excited. For the last year, as her memory was fading off and on, she would call me at any time of the day, and her first question was, "Where is Theo?" Achieving the age of 93 is no small feat. Dada and Bhabhi extended her life by providing such a warm and loving home. Lately, Dada has been everything for her, from medication to food. How fortunate for her to reach her end with him at her side. I will miss her dearly, but I know that she is at peace now. We know that she is watching over us from heaven. We know that she is smiling down on us with love. We thank God for giving us the gift of her life. We thank her for giving us the gift of her love. I want to thank you all who are here and those around the world that are praying for her. I know God will take good care of her. Amma, rest in peace.
So this concludes the eulogy portion of the funeral services. Now Pandit Himanshu of the Ottawa Carleton Hindu Temple in Ottawa will perform Dadi's last rites.
It's on, right? Yeah. Yes. आप लोग जनेऊ तो नहीं पहनते? ओम अपवित्रः पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थां गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सबाह्याभ्यन्तरः शुचि ओम पुण्डरीकाक्षपनातो ओम पुण्डरीकाक्षपनातो ओम पुण्डरीकाक्षपनातो अथा चम्य आचमन करेंगे। ओम केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः पी लीजिए। ओम केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः। साइड में हाथ धोलेंगे। हस्तो प्रक्षाल्य श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम आदित्या वसवो रुद्रा विश्वे देवा मृद्गणाः तिलकन्ते प्रयच्छन्तु धर्मकामार्थ सिद्धये आयुष्कामार्थ सिद्धये। साथ में हाथ लगा लेंगे। विष्णुर्विष्णुर्विष्णुः पूर्वोक्त श्रीमद्भगवतो महापुरुषस्य विष्णोः राज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्य अद्य श्री ब्राह्मणोनि द्वितीयायां प्रार्धे श्री श्वेतवाराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरेष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे कलिप्रथम चरणे भूर्लोके अमेरिकाखण्डे कन्नडा देशे श्मशाने प्रभवादि षष्ठी संवत्सराणां मध्ये सूर्य उत्तरायणे वसंत ऋतुमासानां उत्तमे मासे चैत्रमासे शुभे शुक्ले पक्षे कृष्णे पक्षे पूर्वोक्त ग्रहगुणगण विशेषण विशिष्टायां शुभपुण्यतिथो काले गोत्रः कश्यप गोत्रस्य मेरे साथ रिपीट करेंगे। कश्यप गोत्र्याः अस्मत् माता उनका नाम दिवंगत आत्मनः प्रेतायाः और्ध्व देहिक कर्म अधिकार सिद्धि अर्थम दाहार्थम उत्क्रांति आदि पिंड प्रदानम अहम करिष्ये। इधर चढ़ा दीजिए। साथ में ही हाथ लगा लीजिए। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता उनका नाम प्रेतायाः दाहार्थम निमित्तम पिंडस्थाने अवनेजनम मद्दत्तम तव उप तिष्ठताम। इधर चढ़ा दीजिए। एक पिंड ले लीजिए। फिर से बोलेंगे। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः शवनिमित्तम मितस्थाने उत्क्रांतौ एष पिंडो मद्दत्तः तव उप तिष्ठताम। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः पिंडे प्रत्यवने जनम मद्दत्तम तव उप तिष्ठताम। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः द्वारदेशे पान्थनिमित्तम अवनेजनम मद्दत्तम तव उप तिष्ठताम। पिंड ले लेंगे। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः द्वारदेशे पान्थनिमित्तम एष पिंडः मद्दत्तः तव उप तिष्ठताम। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः पिंडे प्रत्यवने जन्म मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः चत्वरे खेचर निमित्तम अवनेजनम मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् पिंड ले लीजिए। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः चत्वरे भूतकोटि पलायन अर्थम खेचर निमित्तम एष पिंडः मद्दत्तः तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः पिंडे प्रत्यवने जन्म मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः विश्रांतो भूतनिमित्तम अवनेजनम मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् पिंड ले लीजिए। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः विश्रांतो पिशाच राक्षस यक्ष भूत अधिपति निमित्तम भूतानाम एष पिंडः मद्दत्तः तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः पिंडे प्रत्यवने जन्म मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः चितास्थाने यमदूतानां शांति अर्थम वायुनिमित्तम अवनेजनम मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् पिंड ले लीजिए। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः चितास्थाने वायूनाम एष पिंडः मद्दत्तः तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः पिंडे प्रत्यवने जन्म मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः शवहस्ते साधक निमित्तम अवनेजनम मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् पिंड ले लीजिए। कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः साधकानां शवहस्ते एष पिंडो मद्दत्तः तव उपतिष्ठताम् कश्यप गोत्रायाः अस्मत् माता नाम प्रेतायाः पिंडे प्रत्यवने जन्म मद्दत्तम तव उपतिष्ठताम् ये वाली उंगली से सभी पिंडों को तिलक लगाएंगे। ओम त्वांगंधर्वाकनस्त्वाम इंद्रस्त्वाम बृहस्पतिः त्वामोखदे सोमो राजा विद्वान् क्ष्मादमुच्यत गंधद्वारां दुराधर्षां नित्यपुष्टां करीषणीं ईश्वरीं सर्वभूतानां तामिहोपभये श्रियं श्रीखण्डं चन्दनं दिव्यं गण्ठाढ्यं समनोहरं विलेपनं सुरश्रेष्ठ चन्दनं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम सहस्रशीरिखा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपाता स भूमिज्ञो सर्वतस्पृत्वा सभी पे चढ़ा देंगे। सर्वतस्पृत्वा त्यतिष्ठ दशांगुलम मा पुरुष एवेदग्गुं सर्वंजत भूतं च भाव्यं मा उतामृतत्वशेषानो जदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमातो ज्यायाश्च पुरुषः पादोश्य विश्वा भूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादूर्धौ दैत्पुरुषः पादोश्येह भवत् पुनः ततो विक्ष्मक्रामत्सा सनानसने अभि ततो विराड जायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः सजातो अत्यरिचत आप उस पर चढ़ा देंगे। अत्यरिचत पश्चात भूमि मथो पुरः तस्मा ऐसे ऊपर से ऐसे हाँ हाँ अत्यजेत पश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः तस्मादज्ञासर्वहुतः संभृतं बृहदा जिह्मा पशुंस्ताश्चक्रे वायव्यानारण्या ग्राम्याश्च जे तस्मादज्ञासर्वहुतरिचः सामान्य जज्जिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्जिरे तस्मादजायत तस्मादस्वा अजायन्त जेके चोभयादतः गावो हजज्जिरे तस्माजाता जावयः तं जज्यम्बरहिक प्रोक्षन् पुरुखं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा यजन्त साध्या रिखश्च जे यत्पुरुखं यददुः कतिधा विकल्पयन्ना मुखं किं स्यासीत् किं बाहुः किमूरुपादा उच्येते। उधर चलेंगे। आप हाथ साफ कर लीजिए। इस वाली उंगली से चंदन लगाएंगे। आप हाथ लगा लीजिए उनके साथ। उचेते ब्राह्मणों से मुखमासीद बाहु, थोड़े से 2-3 तिल ले लेंगे। ब्राह्मणों से मुखमासीद बाहुराजन्यः, उसके ऊपर लगा देंगे। बाहुराजन्यः कृतः उरु तदस्येद वैश्यः प्रतिभांगो शूद्रो अजायत चंद्रमा मनसो जातश्चक्षोः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायुश्च प्राणस्य मुखात् अग्निरजायत। होल्ड करेंगे, मेरे साथ बोलेंगे ओम अयोध्या मथुरा माया काशी कांची अवंतिका पुरी द्वारा वती चैव सप्तैता मोक्ष दायिका। अयोध्या मथुरा माया काशी कांची अवंतिका पुरी द्वारा वती चैव सप्तैता मोक्ष दायिका। अयोध्या मथुरा माया काशी कांची अवंतिका पुरी द्वारा वती चैव सप्तैता मोक्ष दायिका। माउथ के ऊपर चढ़ा देंगे बिना टच किए। हाँ जी। थोड़ा सा कास्केट आगे लेना है तो बुला लीजिए उनको। We just need to take a little bit for yeah, that's it. Thank you. अभी आप अगर इमीडिएट फैमिली मेम्बर्स बुलाना चाहते हैं तो आ सकते हैं, हम पुष्पांजलि चढ़ाएंगे। ले लीजिए पुष्प, ले लीजिए सभी लोग हाथ में। Hold it. Yeah. So you all will go around the casket 3 times. After finishing third one, you can offer flower inside. Yeah, from here. ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय. Now, if you all want to come, you can come and offer the Pushpanjali. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah. You just need to come and offer directly there. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 इधर ले आइए. पूरा लीफ के साथ पूरा पेंड उठाएंगे, इधर रखेंगे एक. ओम इदं विष्णुर्विचक्र कौन इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधा निदधे पदं मा समूढमस्य पा गुंसुरे स्वाहा. ओम सहस्रशीरिखा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपाता स भूमिज्ञो सर्वतस्पृतवात्यतिष्ठदशाङ्गुलं मा पुरुष एवेदग्गुं सर्वं जदभूतं यच्च भाव्यं मा उतामृतत्वशेषानो जदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमातो जायाश्च पूरुखः पादोश विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्य मृतं दिवि त्रिपादूर्ध्वोदयत्पुरुखः पादोश्येहा भवत्पुनः ततो विखम्बक्रामत्सासनानसने अभि ततो विराडजायत विराजो अधिपूरुखः सजातोऽत्यर्जत पश्चाद्भूमिमथो पुरः तस्मादज्ञा सर्वहुतः संभृतं बृहदाज्यं मा पशुंस्ताश्चक्रे वायव्यानारण्या ग्राम्याश्च जे तस्मादज्ञा सर्वहुतरिचः सामानिज्जिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्जिरे तस्माद्यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादस्वा अजायन्त जे केचो भयादतः गावो हज्जिरे तस्माजाता अजावयः तं जज्यम्बरैः प्रोक्षन् पुरुखं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च जे हाथ कीजिए ऋषयश्च जे यत्पुरुखं यददुः कतिधा विकल्पयन्ना मुखं किमस्यासीत् किं बाहु इधर स्प्रेड कर देंगे किमूरु बाहु तस्मादज्ञा सर्वहुतरिचः सामानिज्जिरे छन्दागुंसिज्जिरे तस्मादजायत तस्मादस्वा अजायन्त जे केचो भयादतः गावो हज्जिरे तस्माजाता अजावयः तं जज्यम्बरैः प्रोक्षन् पुरुखं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा यजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च जे यत्पुरुखं यददुः कतिधा विकल्पयन्ना मुखं किमस्यासीत् किं बाहु किमूरु वादाउच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुरा जन्यः कृतः ऊरु तदस्य यद्वैश्यः प्रतिभाङ्गुशूद्रो जायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातश्चक्षोः सूर्यो जायत श्रोत्राद्वाश्च प्राणस्य मुखा अग्निरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षगुंशीष्णोर्द्योः समवर्तत उद्भ्यां भूमृदिशः श्रोत्रा तथा लोकान् कल्पयन्ना जत्पुरुषेणः विखादेवाज्यमतन्वत वसन्तोष्यासीदाज्यङ्ग्रीक्मत्मः शरद्धविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधः स्त्रीः सप्तसमिदाः कृताः देवाज्यगन्तन्वाना वग्नं पुरुखं वसुं मा जग्नेन जग्नमयजन्त देवा स्थानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन्ना ते हनाकं महिमानः सचन्त यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः अद्भ्यः संभृतः पृथिव्ये रसाश्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताग्रे तस्य तुष्टाविदध्रूपमेति तन्मर्तस्य देवत्वमाजानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुखं महन्तमादित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेव विदित्वाति मृत्युमेति नान्याः पंथा विदीयते अनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अंतर्जायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य जोनिं परिवश्यन्ति धीरा तस्मिन् इधर ऊपर हाँ नहीं ऐसे जैसे ही लगा श्रीश्चते लक्ष्मीश्च ज्ञावहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपमश्विनो व्यातमो ईश्वन्निखाणा मुम्मैखाणा सर्वलोकं मैखाणा ओम नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवतो तैखवे नमः बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः जाते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तन्वा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः जामिखुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते विवृखस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरिततां कुरुमाहि गुंशीः पुरुखं जगतः शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिसाच्छा वदास्मथि जथा नः सर्वं जगदक्ष्मगुं सुमना सदा अद्यवोपच्चदधिवक्ता प्रथमो देव्योऽभिकगाहिंश्च सर्वाञ्जं भयं सर्वाश्च जातु धान्यो धराचीः परासुवासोजस्ताम्रो अरुणतबभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः जय चेन गुं रुद्रापितो दिक्षुषिताः सहस्रसो वैखा गुंहैडयीमहे असोजो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतयनङ्गोपा दृशन्नदिशन्नुदः जहासदिष्टो मिडयातिनः नमोऽस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुके अधोजे सत्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्तम्भयोरात्न्यो जाम्मा जाश्चते स्थैखवः पराता भगवो वपा विज्यन्धनुः कप्रदिनो विशल्यो बाणवानुता नेशन् नस्य जायखवा भुर्षनिखं गदिः Now I am going to recite few shloka from Srimad Bhagavad Gita sang by Shri Krishna. Om Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान् अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मात् परिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि Atma, soul, is immortal, only body dies. After death of the body, like person removes old clothes and puts on new ones, the same way Atma leaves one body and takes birth in another body. Atma is immortal, weapon cannot cut it, fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, and wind cannot dry it. Whosoever born, death is certain, and for death, birth is for sure. We mourn only for the body because of attachment. Atma being immortal, one should not grieve. Let us all pray Shanti Mantra for departed divine soul. Om Yau Shantirantarikshagung Shanti Prithivi Shanti Rapaha Shanti Roshadhaya Shantirvanaspataya Shantir Vishvedeva Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarvaggung Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti 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 Om. So now you can do last darshan, then we'll close and we'll go there.
जूते पहने कि नहीं पहने?
हाँ पहन ली।
we'll invite everyone else to follow along, please.
ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय.
We're just going to ask everyone to remain here for a few moments. My colleague and I are going to bring the casket to the cremation area, and then we're going to come back for the 6 for the witnessing room and the 6 for the retort room. Won't be long, we'll be right back. No. Okay, so my colleague will be bringing the 6 for the witnessing room now, and I will be bringing the 6 for the cremation room. Okay? So we'll start with the 6 for the witnessing room. Witnessing room? Yeah, we'll start with the 6 for the witnessing room. Well, it's 6 and 6 max, so yeah, kids. Well, it's a small group, but it's okay.
There's 7 of them.
It's okay. Now we'll get the other 6 to come with me. Okay, so come on this way now. So we just have to go through our garage to go through the crematorium, but come on with me this way. Just close the door behind you. The cremation room is right there. Right? Come on in this way and I'll squeeze by you out.
आप दोनों आ जाइए, होल्ड करेंगे. ओम पूर्वोक्त ग्रह गुणगण विशेषण विशिष्ट गोत्र्याः बोलेंगे. गोत्र्याः अस्मत् माता ना प्रेतायाः दाहार्थम कपाल अग्नि जीन सकृत समस्त व्याहृति होमम. आप हाथ लगा लीजिए. हाँ, प्रज्वलित कर देंगे. ओम अग्निम दूतम पुरोध देह व्यवाहम उपब्रुवे रत्नधातमम अग्नाया हि वीतये गृणानो हव्यदातये निहोता सत्सुबर्हिखी. उसी में हाँ. निहोता सत्सुबर्हिखी ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतये इदं नमः। तिल ले लेंगे हाथ में। ओम कृभ्यावाग्नये नमः। सर्वोपचारार्थे तिलान् समर्पयामि। ओम अस्मात् त्वमधिजातोऽसि तुदञ्जायतां पुनः स्वर्गाय स्वाहा इदम् अग्नये इदं नमः। परम पापी अथवा इधर छुड़ा दी।
What we're going to do now is I'm just going to the door of the cremation, and we're all physically going to have to place brothers, middle, and two. Okay? And we're going to have to hold it from below the basket. Okay? So just in a few moments. So yeah, we because they're going to hit the walls. We're going to have to lift from the bottom of the casket. So what we're going to do is we have to put the handle down, okay? And we're going to be lifting from the bottom. We're going to rest the casket on the roller and slowly slide inside, okay? So 1, 2, 3 people. And then if you can just slide it to us. Very good. Going to move this out of the way. And then the gentleman, yes, yourself, come on this way. And yeah, Mr. Varma, whenever you're ready, what we're going to do is we're going to close the door, okay? Leave your finger on the... Okay? And then whenever you're ready,
yeah. कश्यप गोत्रायाः पशनार्थं गंजालिते उपतिष्ठताम्। कश्यप गोत्रायाः कनकपेतायाः दाहञ्जलिते उपतिष्ठताम्। प्रेतस्तृप्यतु। ना पीछे देखे हुए। Everyone will go out without looking behind. Thank you. पूरा
तेरही वगैरह की पूजा एक साथ करेंगे।
हाँ जी, एक साथ।
तो वो घर पे
हाँ, घर पे करने।
ठीक है
जी।
और 18 तारीख को आपसे हमने लिखा था कि हमारे वाइफ के डेथ एनिवर्सरी का तिथि 18 पढ़ रहा है, आपने बताया था तो हमने बुक कराया था।
अच्छा कराया?
हाँ
हाँ ठीक है।
आप ही से बात हुई थी
जी।
तो 10:30 के करीब
जी जी
फिर वहाँ
मैं देखता हूँ।
हाँ वहाँ पे आएंगे।
जरूर।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना
उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना
वर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे उर्वारुकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धना मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृता।
महामृत्युंजय मंत्र महामंत्र है। इसके द्वारा हम भगवान शिव की आराधना करते हैं। इसे संजीवनी मंत्र भी कहते हैं।